Robin Hood Radio presents the commentary of Don Morrison. Don is a former editor at Time magazine. He's an author, lecturer, and member of the Berkshire Eagle Advisory Board.
Remember the midterm elections? Seems like ages ago with all that's happened since. So return with me to those thrilling days of a week ago when we breathlessly awaited a blue wave or a red wave, or that caravan of rapists and murderers storming the border with their baby strollers and stuffed animals. Normally, I don't get directly involved in elections. Been a journalist most of my life, so I've tried to keep a professional distance. But this time I gave it a try. If Sean Hannity of Fox News can join a Trump rally, I could knock on a few doors for a distant friend of my wife's running for Congress in South Florida. She won. The experience taught me a lot about America today. The first day, my wife and I canvassed in a heavily black part of Miami. Some people we met had voted early, but still wanted to talk. Others, too many, were sick or caring for a sick relative, weren't sure they'd get to the polls. Florida is one of those states with a Republican leadership, mostly reelected last week, that refuses to expand Medicaid. Studies show Medicaid enrollment increases voter turnout, probably because health care makes people healthier and wealthier, thus more likely to vote. The second day, we spent in a mostly Latino precinct, armed with a script in Spanish. But most people spoke pretty good English and held pretty good jobs, except that, too often, we could hear kids playing and adults talking inside. But when we knocked, silence. The door stayed closed. Clearly, they were afraid. Sure, they may be immigrants, but they're legal registered voters. What has this country become? Our final day was in a prosperous, racially mixed area. Everybody greeted us warmly, including folks from the other party. Even had a nice chat with the guy who threw us out of his condo building for breezing past security. Hey, we're old and white. He thanked us for coming. I learned on the campaign trail that Americans are incredibly nice, especially face-to-face. We're better, more open-minded, less divided than our politicians, our press, certainly our social media lead us to believe. That's why, next election, you might find me knocking on your door. I know we'll have a good chat. We're Americans. I'm Don Morrison.
Don Morrison is an author and editor. He's taught at universities in the United States, Europe, and Asia. He's the European editor of the British magazine Port and a member of the Berkshire Eagle Advisory Board. He lives in Paris, Miami, and in Berkshire County.